Stream is about to start. Grab your favorite drink. Sit back and relax. You're chilling with HexAsians. With your host, Crypto Vince, Uncle Kevin Hex, and middle class working man.
HexAsians? Nice.
Konnichiwa! Konnichiwa! Emotional damage. Give me sushi!
Namaste, HexAsians. How is everyone? Sorry to disappoint you guys. I think I'll be the only one streaming tonight. I have sent out the invite for everyone to join, but everybody is busy, I guess. But a very happy Chinese New Year to all of you, or what you say in Chinese is Gongji Fast Chai. Now there are other variations as well. In the Philippines, it's like Kung Hai Fat Chai, but both of them mean hope you grow your wealth in the coming new year. I know there is this comedian, I think Ronnie Chang, who did this whole piece regarding, yeah, Gongji Fat Chai means hope you get rich. Well, that's so kind of what the problem with the Eastern languages is, like they are kind of imperative. I would not imperative. Uh, what's the other? You so yeah, yes, yeah, sorry, I was looking at the chat again. Thanks Alan for joining. He is driving, so he said he can't join chat, but hey, it's okay, you can drive and type. I know it's perfectly safe to be texting while driving. Please don't, yeah. And we have Tin Top, Konnichiwa to you, and Pulse Tube. You, thank you for listing our channel. And yeah, Tin Top is asking, will the will will there be a rabbit run? We'll get to the discussion regarding macroeconomics, Chinese Zodiac, etc. A little ahead of, like, let more people join. uh, See, w- this is the issue, like, there is a delay in what once we go live and everybody getting notifications regarding going live. So I will, that's why I try to kill the first few minutes of the chat, because yeah, let's hope more people join. And the usual routine is, let me know in chat what you guys are drinking. I was drinking some, oh, can you guys see? Yeah. Pick up coffee. Actually, it's a new place or a new small business in our area called Pickup Coffee. With extra sugar. If you know what I mean. Like, but I had bought their drink is called a dirty chai. Basically, it's tea, tea, tea latte with cinnamon. Uh, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it a 7. Like, it's good, but not that good. But still, yeah, Pulse Tube. We were discussing now. Yeah, I had yeah, and I forgot to wish every. I had a video planned for wishing everyone happy Chinese New Year. Like, yeah, here it goes.
祝大家新年快乐！
So somebody forwarded it to me on, I think, Telegram. One of the cutest little video I found. So uh, enjoy the positivity. That's what I try to do. But I guess in the past couple of weeks have been very difficult, like keeping things positive. A lot, a lot of what you call infighting. Like, it still continues. Uh, what else do we have? We like, but by the way, I was also going to pat myself on the back regarding the update on Lighthouse Geth Aragon. I did it on the live stream, the last live stream. I think it's titled Decoding the Pulse Chain Code. Uh, and I think, like, after a few hours of that, or the next day, Richard posted the screenshot of the Pulse Chain dashboard that will be used for staking. So maybe he saw the live stream and realized now that the things are out in the open, he can disclose some more. But also, we saw some of the yeah whale dumping hex, and right after that, the update was given out. So I some speculate that Richard is doing it on purpose so that the latest hands get washed out. But I really don't buy into that. That is, I don't think Richard is trying to time the market or anything. Uh, Development is kind of tough because there are bugs that you only realize after like once. Yeah, how should I put it? Like, we are updating Ethereum, which itself is buggy, and some of those bugs are when you add modify that code, some of those bugs get kind of modified, and solving them becomes even more difficult. So, but again, I think I'm going to start recycling the mid-May meme. That is, let's hope we get at least Pulse Chain V3 testnet by mid-May. Uh, that's what I expect based on whatever I have seen so far. Also, I'm going to say, please don't believe anyone saying they are talking to the devs and getting updates. That is all. Also, don't believe in my words. just wait for Richard Hart to give a complete proper announcement regarding pulse chain development. Like, look, I get it. People want to generate hype and what you call get everyone excited regarding pulse chain, but you don't really have to be uh, lying about it, or not really lying but speaking half truths about it to get the hype. It's going to happen anyway. And we have Finbear joining us from northwest Asia. Yep, very welcome, very warm welcome to you. And see, again, I see, that's the thing. I have so many things to talk about, so little time to do it, and my train of thought is always kind of derailed or going out in various directions. So while I contemplate about it, let me bring up the hex chart, which is going to give us some idea of hey, I usually don't do TA, but when I am right, I like to brag about it. Also, if I go wrong, I don't talk about it. That's the way how things go. Let me see. Let me bring up the chart. Yep. Let's see. Is it visible? Let me change the. Uh, So this is the very simple chart which I use for predictions. Um of course, uh, yeah, I'm going to remove this sticker app ad because I really kind of don't like it as much now. We will discuss it later, but see, very simple chart. Bollinger Bands, MACD. Now, MACD looks like it's going to cross downwards, which is kind of bearish, but the overall trend of the price is upwards, if you can see, like, and it is following the midpoint of the, I don't know what is called, the median or middle Bollinger Band or whatever it's called. I think it's the 20-day moving average, I guess. And it's been consistent. It was kind of serving as a support now, and it's doing it again now. So looks, and as well as the bands are contracting. So I don't think we are going downwards, but you can never be sure because see, if you can see, let's see, the MACD is like not crossing, it's going parallel, and it's likely it will go, looks like it is going to go up. Again, I'm using the Uniswap V2 price chart, so this volume is kind of is because the only so yeah, I like my internet is much better, but still I think I lagged out. What was the last thing you guys heard I was talking about? I don't know. But again, we have our DJ Nom Nom joining us, who is catching up on 2x speed. Yep, very much recommended. And for everyone, those who are watching this on a repeat. Yeah, yep. I wish like YouTube had a faster option like 3x, 4x. It would be even better, but 2x is, I think, good enough. Um, Saying hi to everyone. And he's wishing us a happy lunar new year. Yes, I was going to go into a slight rant about this, and I may sound a bit woke or communist, but it's the it. What is the problem with wishing a happy Chinese New Year? Uh, Because technically, it is the Chinese New Year. Other, I would say, countries or religions, pagan religions, Hinduism, they all follow the lunar calendar. So saying a happy lunar new year is kind of fact it's the Chinese New Year. I don't know whether I got cancelled for saying that, but uh, and just when everything is going fine, these things like go crazy. Maybe I need to add more hamsters to my internet. Let's see if I can do that. Yeah, hopefully now the internet will work much better. Um, but that's what I was saying. Like, why say the lunar New Year? It's the Chinese New Year. Like, I think the Japanese, Thai, India, like this. Also celebrate the lunar new year, but it's not on the same day. In India itself, like where I come from, the we celebrate new year in around March, which like makes sense. Like it's the initiation of the sowings, or like the beginning of the new growing season. Like that's when we till the soil. So makes sense. Like so, wish a happy Chinese New Year. No need to say Lunar New Year, but by the way, it's considered. If you go by the Chinese zodiac, it's going to be the year of the water rabbit. Let's say I if like if you go by looking at what how the animals have affected the humans, or the Chinese zodiac animals have represented the years that were even the past years. Like 2020 was the year of the rat, and everybody was kind of cooped in their homes like a rat because of the lockdowns. Then 2021 was the year of the bull, and we had a kind of a epic bull run. 2022 was the year of the tiger, and we saw blood on the street, kind of. So Let's see what the year of the rabbit brings us. Now, I am hoping it's like rabbit is meant for meant to be a representative of fertility. So I hope it means that uh, we may have growth in the population, hopefully, because if you haven't heard already, like India has overtaken China in terms of population, and India is the new uh, like world leader in population. Yes, Indians are now. Now we can again proudly say Indians are everywhere. Population problem, but see, this is what happens. Like now, the Chinese are aware that they are lagging behind, so they are going to try and compete. So I am hoping they take measures to increase the population, which may include like, now this is my speculation that they had the one child policy, they may bring up a three child policy, something that can be done. But maybe other measures like providing funding or not, I was going to I was going to say subsidize the pregnancies, but like uh, they may do that to increase population. But yeah, like there are already, I think in India there are measures like if it is your first if you it is your first or second child, you do get some kind of uh, government grant, or not the grant, I would say reward or a grant, like to cover the basic charges. um, it's like minimal, like uh, 700 or 800 rupees, which is like $20 or maybe less. Like that's what. Mm, y- I think he is very well aware of the fertility in India, and luckily for us in India, we didn't get the Gates sponsored vaccine, which is the mRNA vaccine. India, like we did have a vaccine program, and which is also still currently running, but we are using a different kind of vaccine, which is more similar to the old kind of vaccines, which contains like uh, part of the virus protein, not mRNA, which kind of makes sense to me. But anyways, uh talking about luckily, like talking about vaccine doesn't get you banned on YouTube anymore. No. And anyways, this is a very small channel, a very niche channel. It was meant to be a kind of an open mic to for hexagons in Asia, but nobody, I don't know anybody, people who like the original founders of this channel are too busy to be streaming. So it's left me holding the fort for this channel. Or maybe it's because of me that people don't want to come on over here. uh, but I see we have a couple of regular listeners here. Yep, nice to see you, Patrice from Paris. Good morning. But if you are saying it's morning, Don't worry, man. Look, I first, I, I think I initially thought about it that it's because of me people don't want to come over here, but like I have enough narcissism in me to say, go away. If you don't like me, don't like me. My arms are always open if you come. uh, it's okay. And we also have Marcus joining us. I i i don't know. Oh, Marcus, were you there in the at the Texas Hex meetup that Davin hosted? Oh, that was another fun stream, like drunk people doing roller skating, etc. I think I heard it was amazing, like a lot of giveaways. So I think it was shared on the Hex Futures channel. um, and I don't know whether the Hex Guild guys also wish, yeah, they should have simulcasted on both channels, but hey, I don't have anything regarding it. Which also kind of reminded me, I also had another rant regarding this, like uh, the Hex Streamers website. Now, guys, the name of the website is hexstreamers.com. It is not altcoinstreamers.com or rhecosystemstreamers.com. So that website only lists channels which are predominantly talking about hex, not about altcoins, etc. So if your channel gets taken down from that website, it's probably because you were talking too much about other stuff, which I think it's run by Togash. So shout out to him. He's also doing the great work regarding the hex postcards, which are going, like, they are have been excellent at marketing. So thumbs up to him. So that is why HexAsian channel is still on on that website listed. Yes, I know PulseTube is newer, better. It has a lot of more channels listed, etc. But Hex Streamers is for the true hexicans, uh, or hex maximalists, which I say I am not. Look, uh, I have my own portfolio of, I would call, exotic assets. That's the euphemistic term for shitcoins. Um, like, but I only talk about hex. So, why? Because I am most first of all, yes, my biggest bag is hex. Also, because of its 3 years of working flawlessly, I have, like, I have trust enough that to I can talk about it, or recommend it to others. uh, Other half baked or new products or promise coins I cannot talk about. uh, so yep. Yes, exotic assets. uh, so where was I? See, I should have had coffee instead of tea. Like, when I have coffee, the kick of caffeine is kind of immediate. So I do tend to have more energy. Like, but tea gives a longer, more sustained kind of energy. But I need something, like, what the hell was I talking about? So we talked about yeah, hex streamers, pulse tube. Yeah, yeah. If you guys, everything about, yeah, everything that's going to be launching on Pulse chain is going to be there. Um, Marcus, I have no idea. He's like he he is very busy with his family life, and I his to like his children and his wife are giving him a bit of a hard time because he lost some of their stuff while moving, and so I don't think he is available for going to be available for streaming, which I kind of miss. Like, he has this habit of putting in those memes, which kind of timing of those memes. Now I can't do that, like having do this to do this simultaneously. So yeah, it's it's not as bad as I make it sound, but you know, it's like what you call lovers quarrel kind of thing. Yeah, it's okay. Hopefully he'll be able to retrieve everything. Yeah. Uh, yes, man. This that has been the worst part regarding this um, bear, and that everybody is angry. Everybody is polarized. Like, have you observed this like wait a minute. I think the hamster is trying. What the hell is this? Oh, I, I don't know what hopefully I charged the internet a little more, but that's what these things I can't do alone. When there is middle class working man, he does it very, timing is everything. Like, this is, I have to remind everyone that this is not a podcast, this is a video live stream. you, you have to experience it with video to be enjoying it. uh, but yeah, yep, the hamster, crazy. But before that, what I was saying was, have you guys like observed recently, like everybody is kind of polarized. It's kind of thing. Like, there is no middle ground. Either you are a RH maximalist, or you are a foxican foxican. Uh, like, no, there can be middle grounds. Uh, and see, I tend to love everyone, but the fact is, you cannot love everyone equally. That's why I tend to hate everyone equally. So, um, but what I was saying was, yeah, I know a lot of people have turned their back on Hex. Those who were previously uh, talking only about Hex, um, and promoting Hex, are now promoting other coins. I get it. You have the free choice of doing or promoting any coin you have, but don't expect me to retweet things you are going to say, and if you are going to shit talk on Hex, then I have to defend my own back. So I'm going to be shit talking your coin. As I may not resort to that, but I at least I will defend Hex a lot more than I would any other coin. So what I'm saying is, you still, if you guys, any of those Foxicans are listening, uh, God, the hamster ran too fast. I think the hamster died. But so please pray for my internet hamster. Whatever. It, I know it's hard talking about Hex only 365 days a year without getting bored or somewhat annoyed. See, it's not just that getting bored or getting somewhat annoyed. Like, you don't have to talk about cryptocurrency, just cryptocurrencies, even like, right? But the thing is, see, there is this kind of, I wanted to make a Venn diagram, but please imagine this is the whole financial space. There is uh, what do you call it? Cryptocurrency, and within that there is altcoin, and within those altcoins there is Hex and other and RH products. So your audience is going to be very very small in the end. It's like if your initial audience is very small, then it's not going to help like make your content viral. So I get it, people want more fame, and that's why they are trying to talk about other coins and cryptocurrencies to get more of a following. So I completely understand that, but you have made your choice. I have mine. I can only show you the way, or I can, what you call, you can only get the horse to the water. You cannot make the horse drink it. But uh, but you see, I am a doctor. Sometimes I believe in putting a gastric tube in and just putting force feeding the stuff that I want to. Um, yeah, I got rugged. Yeah, three, three, yeah, three hamsters at least. At least I will need at least three, two as backup. We talked, so I've covered most of the things I have wanted to talk about. Uh, we talked about the hex price chart, which I kind of got right. Like there was a resistance at 2.5 cents, and we are like going to retest that level very soon. We talked about how the Chinese Zodiac, that this this is the year of the rabbit, and we are expecting uh, incentives for growth being given out by the all the governments in general, uh, not just China, but Chinese are going to pursue it more, and that means GDP growth, and which is overall good for the economy. Uh, then what else? Other things I already covered. If you Yes, we were talking about. Let me take a bit of a tangent towards the macroeconomic level again. Some of the news regarding crypto. I hope you guys have heard. One First one was regarding the Swift. Like Swift has refused to do transactions with, like, they are blocking transactions from cryptocurrency exchanges, which is kind of bad, but really at a local level nobody gets affected. For India, if you are using, like, buying and selling in Indian rupees, then you shouldn't have any difficulty regarding it. It's And I think the most popular way to do transact buying crypto in India as well is Binance P2P, which you are not using the Swift system. The other news was regarding, again, Binance, the bank that is uh, mainly backing Binance. I think it's called a Silvergate. Uh, mm, Silvergate, it has refused doing transactions smaller than 100,000 USD. So anybody, again, us shrimp are not a, or tell the euphemistic, the retail traders are not going to be affected as much. Uh, but yeah, whales. The thing is, why my logic or my understanding regarding it is, they have done it so that all the transactions, first of are kind of going to be monitored. Like if somebody is doing those 100K transfers, then they will kind of track down those wallets, uh, which is possible. Second, I think Binance is also complicit in it because it discourages people from withdrawing their cash or crypto from the exchange. So, very unlikely they are going to have a kind of an bank run. Other news, like not worth covering, like the who are they? Three Arrows Capital Field guys, Suzu and Kyle Davis. They are trying to start another exchange called GTX. Like, please don't bet on losing horses, is what I feel. Horses, uh, is what I'm saying. So, anyways, but I know degens are going to degens. They were trying to raise 200, I think 25 million for the exchange. They probably will be able to do it. Let's see how it goes. Um, uh, no, but yeah, the other big macroeconomic event that is happening is regarding the debt ceiling. Like we have seen this, like I think multiple, at least 25 or 30 times in the past 10 years or so. Every time the debt ceiling is hit, there is a kind of a debate in the US Congress regarding whether or not to increase the debt ceiling. But at the end of the day, it's going to be increased. Doesn't really matter. Uh, but again, that I think that itself is going to is what is kind of pushing the price of crypto higher, because debt is going to be given out, means that more capital will be available and hope to pump up the markets. Debt ceiling increases have occurred when I'm trying my best, guys. This is about the best I can do. It's not like, but where was I? I was talking about the debt ceiling. Most of the debt ceiling increases have occurred when the interest rates have been falling or were near zero. This is the first time that the interest rates are being increased, and debt ceiling is also going to be increased, which like, so we cannot really say which way which way the markets are going to be affected. But again, I have said this on an earlier stream. It depends on the expected interest rates versus what is actually announced. If everybody is going to expect that the interest rate is going to be hiked by 25 bit, bit points or 25 bips, uh, and they increase it by 25 bips or less, or that is they don't increase it at all, then we will have a kind of a at least a short bull run. But if they increase it by 0.5%, then they what is expected is a market crash, which also brings in like the 11K and prey that is still in what you call in the money. So I tend not to bet against Richard Hart's calls. Um, but again, makes sense. But frankly, I don't think we'll hit 11K. Yeah, I think his target is around 700, which is like from the top of the inflation. Like uh, we can expect it to be a little higher, and that is there is still egg prices are still expensive. We haven't seen it here in the Philippines as well as India as much, though prices have risen like crazy. Um, but I think even coffee, which used to cost 25 pesos, now costs 35 pesos. And I'm talking about 7-Eleven coffee. Like, so 25 to 35, that's like about 40% increase. So, yeah, inflation is still here, so they are going to keep increasing interest rates. I think their target will be around 12%. I just hope they do it faster. Yep, man. I need it as well. Like, mm, the thing is, yeah, more than cheap ETH, I need a cheaper gas fees. Like, which that's why I hate that other project so much. Like, like oh, just when you think like transacting on Ethereum is like viable, these guys flood the chain and are kind of proud of it doing that. Like degens like say. And so I macro so mm, so yeah, to summarize, I do expect the interest rates to be increased. I think the meeting is going to be next week, which I expect there is going to be a big crash, not crash but dip before the like that's what my Chinese Zodiac review tells me. Nice to see you. Mm, why does it? Yeah. Uh, what else do we have to talk about? What was I talking about? Real? Do you have any other good topics to talk about? We covered mostly everything. Uh, Another other shout outs to other channels. I already talked about Hex Futures, and the other one where I usually stream is Hex Guild. But lately, catching up on it, that live stream is at 2 a.m. I can't always catch it live. I try to. The other thing, this is all I can do. Uh, Patrick, yesterday someone fed 300 HSIs to the ICOSA contract, locking up Hex for 5555. Uh, this is yes, this is not the king's throne. This is knockoff version, cheaper. The Indian version of it, I guess. Knockoff. Around 3 million ICOs are 1.3. Okay. Look, I really don't look into the ICOSA contract much anymore because I find it weird. Like, mm, like we are like really getting pennies for dollars with that contract, and making hex more liquid has not really helped. So, but again, once these HSIs are sold to the ICOSAP contract, it's like they are going to go on auction. So having hex on auction is basically pending sell orders for hex. So even though they don't affect the hex liquidity pool directly, but most people are aware of that option. So instead of buying hex directly and pumping hex price, they are tempted to buy those HSIs. Don't Yes, locked up hex. Yeah, so I do agree that locking up hex using HSI is good, but again, it's if it is going to be traded even on a secondary market, then it is not very price positive. So I think uh, in the long run, it will mm, hopefully pay out or be good for hex takers. Right now, it's not really that helpful. Um, and what was the other token from Maximus which was supposed to help in the auctions? Poly Maximus. Even that hasn't affected the hex price. Or so basically, yeah, these are not really have they haven't been proven to be price positive for hex. Like, yeah, I get all the game theory behind it, uh, this and that, but really, and I guess my thing is only price matters. Price go up is the best advertisement for a hex. So yeah, I was trying to bring up the ICOSA auction chart, but it's not helping. Like the internet is not helping me. Any other thing? So let's see. And they also have this other thing called WhatsApp, right? WhatsApp NFTs. They are also kind of hourglass game. Again, people are trying to arbitrage those things. Uh, let it be. Yeah, I see no, DJ Nom Nom asking for the outro. So just because of that, I'm going to make him suffer and talk some more. Other times will return. Now we will still be. I don't know whether we are in the anger zone or we are in the disbelief zone. But anyways, I luckily I am like 100% staked, so I don't really bother looking at anything else. Mainly because I don't have any economic energy that I can put in right now. So yeah, I guess may have missed out on a few projects that were good, but I'm okay with it because of this. So I suffer from the joy of missing out. Anyways, I think that's about it from my end. Hopefully, the other HexAsians will join me in the next live stream. But if they don't, they don't. I can talk about things enough on my own. I will try and get like I'm still waiting for my new piece laptop to arrive, which hopefully will be helpful. And with the new kind of mm, it will have a new RTX graphic card, so I may be able to do like those kind of avatars. Uh, what's the term for it? I forgot the term. Like not the e-streamers, like kind of thing. So you don't have to suffer my ugly face. You will, I will have much better filters. Uh, that will be about it. Mm, other than that, yeah, yeah. My hamster is running out of battery. I was going planning on keeping this stream going, but anyways, we are yeah, yeah. With great graphic card comes great responsibility and a greater power bill. But uh, yeah, it will help with the graphics. I can hopefully be able to edit better or faster some of those um, kind of better videos. Uh, yep, Nvidia for the win because yeah, I looked into it. AMD process like graphics and not AMD. What's the ATX, right? Or AMD? I think they were bought out by AMD. Uh, Windows. I don't know. I don't know about the Iris graphic card. I am getting an uh, RTX 3070 Ti, which should be like which launched last year, so should be good enough for the next 4 years or so. Uh, yeah, the thing is, the thing, yeah, uh, yeah, and yeah, the Radeon cards are running Linux. Then Radeon graphic cards makes sense because they have like uh, the drivers are available more easily. But most of the development is been done on NVIDIA, and with the higher which I don't want to give away like what I'm working on. Yeah, it doesn't help for StreamYard, but OBS it's tons of yeah stream StreamYard, but I'm still using StreamYard. It does kind of help a little bit. Like one thing I realized was my even though I have a GTX graphic card running, it wasn't using laptop wasn't using it by default. That's why I every time I use the background, um, my CPU like computer performance used to suffer. Now I am like I did some setting changes. That's why I'm able to uh, like um, stream with a better background or throne. Yes, you are only as strong as your strongest hamster. Uh, as you are only as strong as the weakest hamster. True. So I do want to continue. Yes, the other thing I wanted to talk about is I was kind of working on. I am kind of working on my own self-help book based on sci because some of the things I in sci I don't completely agree with. So why not create my own, like steal from a little bit from sci-fi, I'll steal a little bit from corporate Machiavelli, 48 laws of power, etc., etc., and make my own. That's what, like, if you copy from just one place, it's called plagiarism. But when you copy from multiple places, it's research. So I am still doing my research, and I was like thinking of all the good advice I got from people, my uh, like teachers from my early days, like, and I realized I really didn't learn any, like, none of my, what you call, primary or secondary school. It's called, that's what it's called in India. Like, till 10th grade, it's secondary school. So I don't know what's it's the equivalent in the US. None of the teachers really gave like good life advice. Like, yeah, and I was talking about it with my school friends as well. Like, even they were like, yeah, I really don't remember any of the school teachers teaching uh, teaching us any proper life advice that would have helped us in we we learned our lessons on our own, but really, and that's what kind of the problem with the current school system is. Like, we aren't really taught to be independent thinkers or anything. Like, they are just making sure you are indoctrinated option to be subservient employees, like. And even like the whole, I think sci-fi kind of dwells on it, like we are being taught the wrong things. But like, the education system is like being is designed to like confuse you more and more. Like, first you are taught that the, the sun rises from the east and sets in the west, but then next year, you if you have advanced, they say no, the sun does not rise or set. It's the earth that rotates from east to its west. That's why you, you see the sun rising. Then after that, you are told no, it's not. It's also revolving around the sun. It's also revolving around the sun. And once you get even like, it's only in college, I think it's called the Melanovsky cycles, I guess, the that the earth is also wobbles around its axis. That was never taught to us in school geography. Those, and which kind of explain the climate change. And one of they could be one of the reasons for this change in temperatures, but these are not being taught in school at all, not even like an alternative perspective. So yeah, and this thing was like, I bought this up, like my mind wandered there because I was trying to convince my sister to homeschool her daughter, my niece. She just funny story. She had her kind of it's like an entrance interview for joining the school. So we already knew some of the questions asked. Like, she were like, the child is asked to recite any one poem. The most common one is, I think, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, or Johnny Johnny Yes Papa. So we taught her, my niece, both the poems. And when she went for the interview, like, the teacher asked, yes, sing a poem. She first sang Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and just as like, when the teacher said very good, and before the teacher could ask the second question, my niece immediately recited the second poem as well. She very smart, and the teacher was kind of dumbstruck. Like she was also laughing, and not really a very funny story. My niece is kind of very just like me. You see, mm, mm, that's what uh, I was trying to get my sister to playing, so we don't have to indoctrinate our niece. But but that's another thing issue. Like it's not possible for everyone. Like everyone is busy doing their in their work. No, like most households cannot have a single person earning uh, and one parent to stay at home and teach the children. That's why schools are necessary so that at least for uh, I don't know how many hours it's these days, 4 hours children are away from home or taken care of while their parents are working. Also gives a break to the parents to do other stuff. And imagine this, like if everybody, if like it was possible for uh, to have a single person earning home, like then there wouldn't be a need for the entire um, school industrial complex is what I would call it, because now everything is available on the internet. S- Sadly, like along with good stuff, there is bad stuff also which is available and which is being used for uh, like the things which are supposed to be warnings are being used as manuals for exploiting people. So really, I don't something to think about, and that's what we are kind of thinking about in our Hex Guild, uh, which is which Finbearer, can you share? It's I think it's the t.me/hex foodies on Telegram, where we discuss these things more in depth, like how to form a new country, like some of the basic principles that we may need to work on if we are going to have a new country of Mexico, uh, which I sure hope there is. Which kind of reminded me, if you guys haven't already, like Richard Hart asked about what kind of entertainment he needs in the Richard Hart Museum that is going to be coming out hopefully soon. Um, so I think I kind of agree with who's that Hexelina. Uh, uh, she had put up like the I think it's called 5D theater, something that would be like I like it a lot, like hydraulic seats, and I think a virtual joyride. I would suggest like a 5D magic carpet ride. That would be, if you guys haven't like vote up that thing. Yeah, uh, I don't know. But yeah, I see. If you haven't realized already, I am trying to hit a certain target. timestamp. Uh, but don't worry, I won't be streaming for 2 hours, even though I can, which is easily. But I know, like, people really don't want to see one Indian guy talking about stuff. Just say, drop in and say hi. That's the beauty of having YouTube chat available. Like, say something, say hi, let us know what you like. And if you are watching on a replay, then leave a comment, like what you want, what improvements you want, what, or if you want me to just shut up and never stream again. If I have to listen to you, sad, but hey, I will listen to you. And of course, you can put in some lemons in chat, which itself is kind of like like nice. It reminds me of the good old D life days. But I realized something while watching some of the hexologists streams. It's not really that I was missing hexologists streams or any other D life that I'm missing. It's actually the bull market that we are missing. And kind of hexologist reminds us of those good times. That's why we were, yeah. And I think about it a lot, like, what if, wish I wish we hadn't discontinued streaming on D Live, especially now in the light of things. The main reason we stopped streaming on D Live was because of one guy who turned out to be such of a shithead. Like, so I very in general, I I don't really, I am not a very good judge of character, but I hope I was, and wish we had come to know about this guy sooner. But that's the problem. Like, somehow, just because the other guy has more followers, like they get more clout, their uh, speech gets more weightage. That is the only reason why I ask people to follow me or subscribe to the channel. Like, the only way to get culture itself. And this, I think, like, this is, I think, the last point I wanted to cover. Like, see, now this way we fall into the spiritual religious part of things. If you believe in God, he created us in his image, and we are all. So you should not like mm, worship is a wrong term. Like, look up to someone just because they have more wealth or more followers. Just like I said, in my language, local language, we say ऐकावे जनाचे करावे मनाचे, which means listen to everyone, but use your own logic. Make sure hopefully, like, verify everything. So don't listen to, and I don't, even if I don't name that person, I hope there is one female uh, who is continuously dropping updates on Pulse Chain. Like, these are paid influencers, man. They are like, they judge everything. Don't judge everything as at face value, is what I'm saying. Please, you, God has created us. He has given us something very important, intelligence, so that we can apply that logic. So please use your logic, or use your mind. First of all, free your mind. That's what my kind of resolution is, or what you call a resolution for the new year is towards free your. Make sure of what, make sure that whatever information you get is verifiable, at least, like. And so that's what I wanted to say. We are before the stream, once again uh, and energy to be give me the energy to face every week, yeah, as it goes. So that will be it. And signing out, and my signing out statement, the new signing out statement is, remember, don't grind, organize. And good night.
I badana se palo mata churi mala diye mobile body bhanga diye badam mobile body dulo pasi se kadam tat saman saman badam taran I badana se palo mata churi mala diye mobile body bhanga diye badam mobile body dulo pasi se kadam tat saman saman badam taran badam badam tat kacha badam amaga tinai ko bubu badam 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 tat kacha badam amaga tinai ko bubu badam 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 da da badam
Cheese.